Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 130 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim Rooster Van Stratton. Alongside me, once again, the legendary Rodney Newpol, a titan of the industry. Rodney, happy Thursday, man. How are you?
Good, man. How are you? I'm before I re-ask you that, I'm good. I don't know, man. NBA All-Star game, I don't know about that. But plenty of good college basketball coming up, so should be a good weekend of that. And then Major League Baseball, the pitchers and catchers have reported.
Yes. Did you disappear for a second? Hi. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know
it was I heard you. You disappeared. But yes, baseball spring training is here. Olympic hockey. That's been exciting. Did you watch any?
I did not watch. I did follow what went on, and U.S. picked up the win. So maybe you can run down how that happened today, but did not get a chance to watch. No, busy day today, which means you planned the show, and thank you for that, by the way. I owe you.
I'm happy to help, as always, to step up in a pinch, to be there for my teammate, as you know, the United States hockey team is there to pick up their teammates and all other countries there. But yeah, I was trying to figure out like what direction to start the show. As you mentioned, it is like All-Star week in the NBA. So tonight's the last night of NBA games. Baseball spring training just started. So like pitchers and catchers report, but it seems like now everyone just reports all together. Have you noticed that? Like it used to be, when it was pitchers and catchers, it literally was just pitchers and catchers, and then the rest of the team would follow a few days later. And like yesterday, the Yankees, it was their first day, and it was just like Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm just showing up, and I'm like, and every team is doing that, where it's just like the whole team is there. It's like, all right, cool. It's like an unwritten rule now, where the whole team shows up, even though it's technically supposed to just be pitchers and catchers.
Yeah, I guess it gives like the regulars maybe a little grace period where like if they can't show up that day, you know, they show up a little bit later, but others are getting ready because they're supposed to be good team players and eager for the season to start and quote unquote ready to get going. I mean, I get it. Like they've literally been off since October. You know, I know nobody like willingly wants to go into work, but after you spend 4 or 5 months off, especially if you have kids, you do it. You are ready to go back into work. Those guys are ready to go back to work. They got, and for some of them, like, don't get me wrong, it's not like a luxury vacation, but for some of them, it's a nice little getaway. Just imagine like living in Minnesota in the off season. Honey, I'm gonna head out to Jupiter a little early this year. I'm cold. I'm gonna head to Arizona a little early. So like, it's kind of cool. Like, but yes, you're right. Pitchers and catchers is now pitchers, catchers, hitters, and fielders.
It's a good excuse in case like you're like, all right, I'm tired of family time, but the guys, it's just it's a good look for me to show up there with them, you know, something like that. I get it. It's a heady play on their part. But anyway, we got some baseball talk to get to later, including a return of one of our classic Stupidest Sports Show games. By the way, in case you're watching us on Twitter, YouTube, however you're watching us, thank you for tuning in. There is a live chat feature, so your comments will be featured on the show. Spoiler alert, if they're good, if they pass the vibe check. But I just wanted to fill Rodney in on some of the main happenings today with the Olympic hockey. And today was the first day that we saw the United States and the Canadian teams, those two teams, as you can expect, with the return of NHL players for the first time in 12 years. They're the big dogs. And I'll start with the American team. They played Latvia. Shouldn't surprise you, Rodney, that the U.S. Took care of business. They won 5-1, and that was with not one, but 2 goals that were disallowed. 5-1 was probably like a generous score. All things considered, it could have been a lot worse for Latvia here, but I was looking a little bit at like these rosters. So the first line for the U.S. team, it's the Kachucks surrounding Jack Eichel.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Pretty good.
pretty good. And but Brady Tkachuk had a goal. Austin Matthews had a goal. Brock Nelson had 2 goals for the Americans. Connor Hellebuck was in nets, only got 18 shots faced and 17 saves. Like it's a pretty stacked team, and a lot of people think that they're gonna have a really really easy go of things in group play. They're playing tomorrow, I believe. They're like a
Back, huh?
5.5 or like a 3.5 goal favorite against who is it here? Or maybe it's someone else I'm thinking of. But when's their next game? Saturday?
Yeah, I would be surprised if it's back to back.
Yeah. Well, Canada's playing tomorrow, so there is some back to back here. Okay, so my mistakes. The United States is playing Denmark Saturday afternoon, so they'll be favored in that. It's Canada though, who I think is a 4.5 or 5.5 goal favorite against Switzerland.
Wow. That's a good
Pretty big.
That's a good margin. Yeah, they're minus 625 on the money line against Switzerland. This has 3, but yeah, I can see
3.5. Okay, so maybe it is 3.5.
Czech Republic's 3.5 over France, and Slovakia's 3.5 over Italy. So these pool plays are not going to be super competitive.
Yeah, well, think about that. So Czech Republic is how big of a favorite against France?
Czech is the 3.5 goal favorite.
Okay, so and that same Czech team got shut out 5-0 by Canada today.
Yeah.
So
Canada is going to be a 7-goal favorite over France.
Yeah, at least at minimum. But yeah, that Canadian team that can throw out Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon and Macklin Celebrini, who they put. So I think the first line is McDavid, Celebrini, and Tom Wilson.
Nice. And it's good to see Jordan Bennington try for the first time this year.
A 26 save shutout against the Czechs. And we should probably note that like the Czech Republic has several very high quality NHL players like David Pastrnak, Martin Necas, Andre Palat, Radko Gudas. My Ducks goalie Lucas Dostal is the starting goalie for that team. Obviously, you can only do so much against Canada. So they play well, but made some incredible saves, like stopped McDavid point blank today. But so the Canada team, the U.S. team, they both put up 5 goals. I feel like we have to expect that these will be the 2 final countries left, right? I think everyone's rooting for that at this point.
I would guess so. Yeah. I mean, it would take a major upset. And I mean, yeah, everybody that we know wants to see that. That would be a great matchup in the gold medal. Yeah. It would be an upset if one of them didn't make it.
Do they have live odds for like ultimate medal winner for hockey, or do they just have game lines? They must have futures, right?
I'll pull that up here real quick. Player futures.
Yeah, so Canada is the favorites to win gold at minus 105. USA's at plus 195, and then Sweden's at plus 600. So it's kind of feels like it's a 2-team race right now.
Yeah, it's a 2-team race, and I mean they're both entertaining to watch. You mentioned some of the players on both the teams; they're loaded. That would be a great matchup, though, in the gold medal game.
Oh yeah, it would be epic, and it's so nice to just see the NHL players back. It's been, as I mentioned, the last time was 2014 for the Sochi games with TJ Oshie being the shootout hero against Russia. It's been so long that Russia isn't even allowed in these Olympics anymore, and we've I think the only players from Canada or the U.S. that were even. I think like Drew Doughty and Sidney Crosby were the only 2 players that were in the 2014 Olympics, like from Canada or US, that are now on the team this year. Like no one from the US team was on it in 2014, and then it's just Crosby and Doughty for 26. So this is like the first time that we see McDavid and Matthews. Those guys weren't even in the league when those Olympics happened. So it's definitely a new experience, and it's been fun. It's been fun, and it'll get more competitive the further that we get into it. But all right, switching gears here. We talked a little bit earlier, NBA. You poo-pooed on the All-Star Weekend parade a bit.
Yeah,
Not
I
your
don't
thing?
know about that. I'm not sure my level of excitement for it, I guess is my question.
How so?
It's not must watch. Is it on? Is there anything else on?
Mhm.
More appointment than it is must watch. I don't know. I don't dislike it. I don't know as if it's must watch for me.
Does it change knowing that Cousin Khan is competing in the 3-point contest?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to watch. That's probably tomorrow night, right? Friday night. I'm guessing 3 points
No, it's
Friday,
All-Star Saturday. So
Saturday.
Friday's the Rising Stars game.
Okay.
Saturday is the one where they have like the skill games. They got the 3-point contest. They got the slam dunk contest, and then Sunday will be the All-Star games, as we
Game.
established.
See,
There's
yeah,
three.
so that makes it interesting, and I'm guessing you saw the Nick Wright headline today, right?
Yes, I think I sent
Yeah.
it to you guys yesterday, and
Yeah. Okay.
so
Yesterday. Yeah.
so it's not the most PC method, but I have to
No.
be honest. And for those that missed it, I know we haven't explicitly mentioned yet, but Nick Wright on the Bill Simmons podcast said more or less like, we want to get juice behind the All-Star game. Let's have it become a race war, and let's have the white players play the black players, and you will have them competing extra hard. So hypothetically, Rodney, think it would be like Luka, Jokic, Reeves, Cooper Flag, and let's throw Con Knipple in there for fun. So that's like your starting 5 for the whites. I already feel bad. I already feel like this is a bad place now that I talk it out. And then the other side, you have like, you could have
The other
SBA. You can have. There's no other side. We're all on the same side. We're on the same team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was his idea, and it obviously went viral and stuff, and it would never happen. But it was like, like the whole thing with like All-Star games is, the problem is like players need to care.
Yeah.
And the reason that for the NHL, to go back to that, they got rid of the All-Star game last year, and it was the 4 nations face-off, and that provided a ton of juice because it was a bunch of guys representing their countries, right? And I think that the league is hoping that we'll see something similar this year with the international players facing the Americans. Also, and maybe you'll see it to a degree, but like, yeah, it was just a funny idea. That I would actually like to see what the players themselves would think about doing something like that.
They would probably first laugh.
I think so.
And I mean, I think there would be some interest from the players. I think there'd be some interest.
Like someone like Kevin Durant, I feel like would buy into that.
Yeah.
Just to try to like stick it to Austin Reeves.
That's true. Yeah, we're not putting any betting lines on that game either, because
No. So speaking of the rosters too, I saw that, and I didn't realize this was allowed. So Norman Powell, who was initially on the roster for the U.S. team, either the Stars or the Stripes, he switched, and because of his Jamaican heritage, is now joining the World team. So we got an all-star trade where he is now claiming to be international, and now he's part of the World roster instead, which I was like, that seems odd.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. But yeah, the Stars team is the favorite, followed by the World, and then Team Stripes, if I remember correctly there. But yeah, but I didn't really want to look too much at like NBA All-Star stuff. Instead, what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a look at some of the futures right now. This is past the halfway point in the NBA season. There's a couple teams that already have 40 wins, and just see, okay, what are the current championship favorites? What are the award futures? And kind of get your predictions here. So we'll start for the NBA championship. The Oklahoma City Thunder, as you can expect, are the betting favorite. However, Neither of the next two teams right beside them in the standings, the Spurs or the Pistons, are in the top 4 overall. Do you know who the team is that's right behind OKC at plus 450 to win the NBA Finals this year?
It's probably Denver.
It is the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, the Denver Nuggets, who I understand, but Denver, last I looked, was like 24th or 25th in defense.
Yeah.
And I know, the NBA, it's all about shooting and 3-pointers and stuff, but no NBA champions can have a defense that poor. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't. I think the lowest defense that you can get away with, assuming you have an elite offense, which Denver obviously does, but I think the lowest defense that you can get away with is like 15th.
Yeah.
Like still top half of the league, and Denver's almost at the bottom. So that's my hesitation with them. But then you have Cleveland at plus 1,200, the Knicks at plus 1,300, and then Detroit and Boston together at plus 1,500. I texted you yesterday saying that I'm starting to think that Cleveland might be the team in the East. Like if I had to pick one today, I think that might be my pick.
Yeah, they're certainly start to come together, and people were kind of panicking on their slow start, but I mean, you had to realize like it's the East; they're going to have plenty of opportunities. I mean, okay, so we can pretty much say the East has at most 4 teams, right? Detroit, Cleveland, Boston, New York.
Yes. I tweeted about a week or so, like there's 4 teams from each conference that I think are the only ones that I would ever consider. And yeah, in the Eastern Conference, Detroit, Boston, New York. Orlando is sneaky, but they're too inconsistent.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I would say those top 4 teams, like Toronto, Philadelphia, Orlando, Miami, like there's a big drop off for me.
So then you've got OKC, Denver, Houston, and San Antonio.
I don't have Denver because of the defense.
So was Minnesota your 4th?
It would be Minnesota. Yeah. It would be OKC, San Antonio, Houston, and Minnesota. Houston is the only other team besides the Thunder that's top 5 in both offense and defense in the NBA.
Okay.
Problem is, like, Houston just doesn't have a true sort of point guard.
Right.
So.
Yeah. They're going to run into issues there. Yeah. Well, it's interesting that, as you mentioned earlier, Nuggets second best odds.
And close, like way closer to the Thunder than they are to the Cavaliers. So basically they're saying like Thunder or Nuggets are the top 2 teams by far and away in the Western Conference, because next best team in the West, according to the odds, is the Spurs at plus 1,600, just 7th.
That's crazy.
Right. And the Spurs are ahead of Denver in the standings. They're only 3 behind OKC. They've played OKC exceptionally well this year. They've beat them 3 times, 4 times.
So what is that? The Jokic factor, and that they've won it before?
Yeah, it's the fact that Jokic is still statistically the best player in the NBA. He's averaging 29, 12, and 11.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray's an all-star. He's been great. Aaron Gordon has been hurt for a lot of the year, but if he's healthy for the playoffs, like they've had a lot of injuries. Like Christian Braun's only played 19 games for them. Gordon's only played 23 games for them. So I think maybe it's a fully healthy Denver team. And that's a really good basketball team, but they're not defending.
Yeah. It's hard for me to go anybody besides the favorite Oklahoma City. But if I had to go one, I'll probably go ahead and take San Antonio at 16-1. Right?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at, and it's.
And then on the other side, probably Cleveland at 12-1, even though they are the Eastern Conference favorites at odds. That's still pretty good. That's good odds at 12-1.
So the reason that I love Cleveland so much is I think in the short term, James Harden over Darius Garland's a pretty significant upgrade.
Yeah, agreed.
And they've had their own share of injury issues this year where like Evan Mobley has been in and out of the lineup. Jared Allen has had several games missed, but They got a good bench. Like Tyson has come up for them huge. Sam Merrill has had a really nice year. They've added Keon Ellis and Deion Schroeder. Like they have a pretty decent rotation. They're well coached. Like that's a team where if you get a second round matchup, Cleveland against Detroit, like Cleveland's the more experienced team there as far as a playoff series goes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they have the experience especially in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think San Antonio and Cleveland would be where my money would go right now.
All right, so get away from the championship here. So for awards, the MVP favorite overwhelmingly is SGA at minus 220. I can tell you this right now. I don't see how.
Yeah.
And SGA, okay, so SGA is second in the league in scoring. 31.8 points per game. But I don't understand how he is minus 220. Jokic is plus 320 when Nikola Jokic is averaging he's leading by over a full assist more than Cade Cunningham in assists. He's shooting 43% from three. He's leading the league in rebounds. He's still averaging just under 30, 28.7 points a game. So he's seventh in scoring. First in assists, first in rebounds. And his team is still excellent. And they've had a lot of injuries to the supporting cast. So is it just fatigue? Is it just Jokic fatigue because he's won 3 MVPs at this point?
Probably, yeah. I mean, probably. But I'm with you. I think. And what if SGA misses the first 4 weeks after the All-Star breaks?
Yeah, so I'd say this. I wouldn't bet SGA. I would look at Jokic at plus 320 because I doubt you're going to see his price get any lower than that. The odds are only gonna be more favorable for him. Cade Cunningham is third, and I think Cade Cunningham it's a solid pick. The problem is like the overall. It's one of those things where it's just like the team success, but there's just too many players that are having statistically like far better seasons.
Right.
Like he averaged more points last year than he is this year. He's only shooting 33% from three. So he's actually shooting worse than he was last season, even though the team is better. Right. So I don't know how you can say, oh, he has the third best odds here. So I think that there's a lot to be left desired with these MVP odds personally.
Yeah, no, that surprises me that SGA is minus 220 there. Because I again, like I said, if he's out a little ways, I don't know. My money would probably go on Jokic. Wemby at 60-1. It's not going to happen, right?
He's just missed too much time. So Wemby, as you know, when I had my sizzling hot takes early on in the year, I said Wemby would be the MVP. He then proceeded to get hurt. So I think he technically is. He's played enough games. He's played 40 games. So he does qualify for like a scoring title right now. He's, let's see, 19th in scoring. He's 5th in rebounds. Yeah, like he's going to have an insane last couple months of the season. If Wemby can go nuclear and get San Antonio to the 1 seed, I think you will see the odds drastically shift here. So maybe if you buy into San Antonio, which they're only 3 games back of OKC at the break, that's not a lot. If you think San Antonio can make a comeback and get the 1 seed, Wemby at 6 so what is that, 60-1?
60-1, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty solid.
It's solid. That's good odd. That's the first thing that strikes me is like, 60-1. Okay. Jaylen Brown at 35-1. He's obviously having a fantastic season, but if Tatum comes back, you got to think he shares the ball a little bit more. And I mean, Wemby back at 60-1 is, I think, great odds.
And then the other main award that I know is deeply personal for you is Rookie of the Year. They only have 5 players even listed, and to be honest with you, there's only 2 players that even have a remote chance. There's Cooper
Yeah.
Flag and then Cousin Con. Cooper Flag's at minus 650. Cousin Con's at plus 360. So, like you pretty much said it not too long ago that Cooper Flag will be the rookie of the year.
Well, okay. So how long's Flag gonna sit?
That's the thing. How serious is his injury?
That's what I'm wondering, because like what if he sits for 4 weeks here? What if he's out until mid-March? You know, Khan, who was the leader in the first portion of the season, should probably take back over. You know, especially if his team continues to rise in the Eastern Conference standings, like many think he will. My money would probably go on Khan at that plus 360 right now.
Yeah, because there's no other person besides those 2.
No. I mean, Edgecombe has having a good year and started well, but he's one of the men that changed your life too, right?
VJ Edgecombe, yes, he is one of the 8 men who changed my life. Yeah, him and Ryan Kalkbrenner, the two rookies. So the way you feel about Con Knipple is how I feel about Ryan Kalkbrenner.
There you go. He's your guy. My money's on Con at plus 360.
So Cooper Flag has a left midfoot sprain. That's probably not a multi-week injury if I had to guess. But this is the interesting thing with Dallas. So like Dallas is they've thrown the towel in on the year, but they probably want to give Cooper Flag the opportunity to win a rookie of the year because of all of the things that come with it. Like they sort of need that to put a bow on their season here right now. Like just sitting Cooper Flag would be the biggest middle finger to their fans. It would be to him as well, because like that's really all there is for them at this point going forward. So I think he'll play. And honestly, like he's a 19-year-old kid. He needs the games. He needs the experience.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity to do it. But man, like Con Knipple is going to have one of the best rookie seasons ever. And he's going to be in the conversation of the all-time great rookie seasons for a guy who didn't get rookie of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, he's going to have unless he completely falls flat on his face, he's going to have great numbers to finish the year.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
going to be
his field goal percentage has gone down a little bit from where it was, because there was a point where not too long ago he was 50, 40, 90.
Yeah.
So the field goal percentage is down to 48.4, but he's still shooting 43% from 3, which is awesome. He's still shooting 90% from the line, which is awesome. 19 points a game, 5.5 rebounds. Like that's for a rookie, it's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty dang good.
Yeah. So it would be great if he could make a charge, but that one might be a tough one to sell. Like you basically just be throwing a flyer at Con just in case, like, oh, Cooper Flag does end up getting hurt and having to miss some time here. But yeah, all the other ones, like most improved is Denny Avdia, who's the favorite at minus 120. Makes sense. He's a first time All-Star this year. Your DPOY favorite pretty overwhelmingly is Wemby. He's going to win like 10 of those awards. Coach of the year is JB Bickerstaff, who is that's Detroit, yeah?
It is at minus 150, but Charles Lee at 15-1 is an interesting one there for our Charlotte Hornets.
Can you give the coach of the year to someone who would be only in the play-in round? Like would Charlotte need to get into the top 6?
And they're going to. They're going to.
Yeah, they're going to?
They're going to. Yeah.
Over who? Philly or Toronto?
Maybe both. Why not both?
How high do you have the Charlotte Hornets climbing up the standings? I need to ask just for my own personal sanity here.
They're 4.5 games out of 6th. They're 2.5 out of 8th to Miami. They'll catch Miami. They are 3 behind Orlando. I think they'll catch Orlando, which would make them Southeast Division champs.
Mhm.
Maybe that's as far as we. Maybe seventh. You're right. It may be seventh. But are we sure? Are we sure Toronto and Philly? I mean, what's it going to take? 45 wins to get 6th seed? 48 wins, maybe? Charlotte would have to win 22 more, probably. Yeah. Their ceiling is probably 7th.
Mhm. Uh, you could bet the Hornets to win their division. They are currently plus 400 to win the Southeast. Magic are the favorites at plus 100. Heat are plus 240. So maybe that's your bet there. And like they could still be like they could finish the 7th seed, be in the play-in tournament, but they would still have the best record amongst the Southeast teams. If you think that they're going to finish above Orlando and Miami, you can get them at 4-1.
So should we be concerned about Milwaukee at all? Like, are they? They're kind of trying now.
I don't know if they're trying. They're not playing Giannis, so you can't really say they're trying. Now, they've had 2 impressive wins here. They beat the Thunder in OKC by 17. They beat Orlando, but like game before that, they lost by 19 points to Orlando. So kind of just I don't know.
I'm not
I don't
sure
think so.
I'm not sure either. I just see them lurking down there in the standings. And somehow, some way, they were given Cam Thomas.
Well, Cam Thomas chose them.
Yes, but for free.
Yeah.
I mean, not basically, hey, come over here. We don't have to give anything up.
Why did the Nets just outright release him?
That's what I'm saying. They didn't have to give anything up. Like you couldn't have called the Bucks up and been like, hey, we'll take your water boy for Cam Thomas.
I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't understand why Brooklyn did that at all. I still don't.
I don't either. They because Brooklyn doesn't want to win, and Cam Thomas would definitely give them a better chance to win.
But you're saying someone wouldn't have wanted to even trade any picks at all for Cam Thomas? Did they even try?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Did they try? They must have had to have tried somehow.
It must have. Otherwise, like that whole team should be drug tested.
Yes.
It's totally absurd. All right. Any final NBA thoughts before we move on here?
No, should be a good second half for like the top 10 teams. The bottom 10 teams are trying to lose actively, all trying to lose.
Yes, and I did see that the NBA is trying to figure out the best way to combat tanking, which it's very clear and obvious. And like Utah got fined like $100K for what they've been doing. And it's ridiculous. But one of the things that they're throwing out there is that they lock in the lottery odds at some point during the season, not right after the season. So you set a date. Let's say that number is March 15th, right? The month before the season ends. And it's whatever the standings are at that point. That's the odds. Now, I'm sure that there's probably some sort of contingency there where a team that's not in the playoffs at that point that does make the playoffs would therefore not be in the lottery because like you can't have playoff teams in the lottery. But I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm trying to think of any other way that you could you could reward them. You could actually reward them for winning games late in the season.
Well, and here's the thing, like of all of the sports that is taking this huge stand against tanking, the NBA is really the only one that's doing so. And the ironic thing is that they're the sport where the teams that are tanking aren't getting the top picks.
Yeah, you're right.
The team with the worst record in the new format has never gotten the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Not once. So it's not like they're even getting rewarded for it. If anything, the teams that are getting the most reward for it are the teams that are not totally awful, but are just sort of kind of bad.
Right.
And as a result, that's why the Wizards and the Hornets and the Nets and all these teams that are so bad continue to be so bad every year because they aren't winning these lotteries. So their tanking isn't even working.
Right. Yeah. No, I'd have to think about a better solution. But yeah, tanking for the last 2 months of the season is not going to work.
No, it is definitely not. But we are moving on now to Major League Baseball. Rodney, it's back. You're excited. Cardinals reported. Have you been getting mesmerized by all the guys playing catch and stretching and all that stuff?
Yeah, it should be fun. I don't follow a lot of details of spring training at this point. A little early for me, but baseball's coming back. That's a good sign. That means the weather is going to be nicer, and they're honestly like early spring into summer. There's nothing better than like a. I mean, I'm still a radio. I still like games on radio. There's nothing better than just like pulling up the radio and listening to the game at night. So that's my childhood, man. That's how I followed baseball when I was a kid. So that's coming up. The nice night outside. Just bring the radio outside, and there you go. You can listen to the game.
So there are a few baseball storylines going out right now. Honestly, most of it is injury related.
Yeah,
where you have a bunch of guys. This hamate bone, is that what it's called?
Everybody's hurting their hamate bone all of a sudden.
I don't know how, but it's this particular bone. You know, you got Francisco Lindor with the hamate bone. You got Corbin Carroll now is going to miss the World Baseball Classic with the hamate bone, and there's a few others, I'm sure. You have Zach Wheeler who has a rib, who kept his rib. He like had a rib removed, and it just has it in his locker now. Is that right? Did you see that story?
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, yeah, all things are normal with baseball. And is there a part of you at all that's thinking about the fact that this could be the last spring training that we have for like 2 years?
It would suck.
Is there a party that's really thought about that, or are you just trying to like not?
I mean, not
for sure, mellow.
Not much. I'm trying not to think about it much, but it's realistic. It's a possibility. Yes.
Yeah, I started to think positively, and then I got hit with a free Jeff Passan article, which when Passan puts down an article that's free to read, you know that there's going to be some shit in it. And basically it was all just like, hey, yeah, so this Dodgers Kyle Tucker thing has pissed off a lot more than a few people on social media. And yeah, we should probably start preparing ourselves a bit. It's like, well, I could have told you that.
Yeah,
but
thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. But so here's the thing. I'll say this about Jeff Passan. At least he's acknowledging that people are upset. And unlike the patronizing Ken Rosenthal, who everything that he puts out there is like super just like, well, hey, the Dodgers are smarter and everyone else can be doing what they're doing. Yeah. Okay, Ken. Okay, bow tie.
Yeah. Read the room, buddy.
Yeah. It's just everything from like Rosenthal and Jim Bowden and stuff is just like, man, the Dodgers are geniuses and everyone else is so dumb for not doing exactly what they're doing. Right. So yeah, because that's exactly how it works, right? Every team is in the same position that the Dodgers are in, but So I figured since we're early enough into the spring here, most of the rosters are filled out. However, there are a few pretty significant names that are free agents right now, including someone who just got released today, Nick Castellanos. So I missed the story. I only saw the headlines. Maybe Nick Castellanos brought a beer into the dugout. What happened there?
He wrote a letter explaining himself. I have not seen the letter. He's wrote the letter, but so they're releasing him now because of that.
No, well, they had, I guess, said several weeks ago that they were going to move on from him, and I think they were looking for a trade partner. They signed Adolis Garcia, the former Ranger, to replace him, but they just cut him today, and I think Castellanos in the letter apparently said like one of the reasons was because of that. So it was all stemming from, it wasn't very good last year either. Probably more so that.
No, and there was goofy Cardinal fans like, go sign him. Go, why? Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, you don't need an old ass veteran in a young locker room, And I'm not saying Nick Castellanos is a poor leader, but like, if you're gonna bring a veteran in, you better make sure he's like a really good leader, like
Yeah.
top of the line leader. And honestly, there was and I hate that everything turns to Cardinals, but there was talk about Andrew McCutchen signing in St. Louis, and
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a terrible signing.
No. There's a few good names that I'm going to throw at you, Rodney, for players that you're available. We could turn this into I'll name the player, and you tell me if you'd like to see them on the Cardinals this year. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. So Nick Castellanos is a no.
Yeah, we're gonna go no. I mean, I like his career. I just don't think at this point you need to sign him.
That's okay. How about a 37-year-old Starling Marte? 37-year-old Starling Marte.
That's crazy that he's 37. I would probably rather sign him than Castellanos.
Lucas Giolito.
I don't
back of the rotation.
Yeah, I mean they have 5 back of the rotation guys anyway, so yeah. I don't know as if you need another one. I mean, Matthew Liberatore is going to start opening day, so
the whole rotation is the back of the rotation.
Yeah, right. They just have 5 5s. I don't.
Matthew Liberatore would be what number starter in the Dodgers?
AA. Well, I mean, it's the Dodgers, so they have like a 9-man rotation, so he'd be 9.
Yeah. I think he would definitely be not in the top 5. It'd be like him and Emmett Sheehan battling for the 7th spot, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds right. All right. Rapid fire here. Do you want Rhys Hoskins?
No, thank you.
How about Michael Conforto?
No, thank you.
He was like the one guy the Dodgers signed who was mega ass. He was terrible. Frankie Montas.
They almost got him in a trade, not that during whenever he went to Oakland or whatever. I'll take Montas.
Yeah. So here's actually a name that I'm kind of surprised is still available. It was one of the top free agent pitchers. Zach Gallen is still a free agent.
Yeah. And a former Cardinal farmhand guy. I would take Zach Gallen.
Why hasn't Zach Gallen signed anywhere yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he wasn't real good.
30.
Wasn't real good last year.
I know, but like, are you telling me that there's 30 teams in Major League Baseball and not a one is like Zach Gallen would make our rotation better? Like the Cardinals. The Cardinals are like, you know what? We're totally fine with our rotation. Zach Gallen for 1 year would make us worse.
They're settled on Andre Palante instead. Or Richard Fitz.
What about Herman Marquez?
Nah, I'm good.
How about a 36-year-old Patrick Corbin?
Left-hander.
Ass.
Yeah.
Nestor Cortez?
No.
Justin Turner. A 41-year-old Justin Turner.
Oh,
if you want to talk about a leader in the Cardinals clubhouse.
Too much Cub in him.
He was a Cub for what, 1 year?
If that.
It's too much. Speaking of too much Cub, Jason Hayward, I think, is still technically a free agent. Did he play? Did he even play anywhere last year?
No, get him. He's not going back to St. Louis.
You mentioned Andrew McCutchen, who's 39. Yeah, McCutchen's still available. Michael Kopech's a free agent.
I mean, I would be okay there.
Mike Tauchman.
He's going to go to either Cubs or Sox, right?
I think it's 35 years old.
That's crazy.
35 years old. Yeah, this is some Marcus Stroman.
No, that's too much Cub there too.
Too much Cub. Yeah, he was bad. He was a bad player. DJ LeMahieu.
God, he's old.
37.
Yeah.
DJ LeMahieu's 37 years old.
Yeah, these old dudes are not getting any signings, are they?
No. Tim Anderson.
No.
Too much. Well, the White Sox.
Well,
Chicago.
I mean, you're blocking JJ Weatherholt if you go sign a veteran infielder.
How about former Cardinal stud prospect Shelby Miller?
I mean, if you wanted to use him out of the back end of the bullpen, sure, why not? Right?
Yeah. There's more. I mean, I keep going, but I'm gonna stop here because we need to get to a very important game, Rodney. It's an important game. It's a staple of the stupidest sports show on earth. It's called. Oh, he's on that team now, huh? Where I'm going to give you guys that you for sure know. These are big name Major League Baseball players that are on new teams this year, and I'm going to see how well you kept up with all the player movement. So we're going to start with a softball here. It is a former St. Louis Cardinal, Steven Matz. Steven Matz now plays for what team?
And you know my affinity with Steven Matz. I do not like Steven Matz, but he's in Tampa. He's in Tampa.
He is in Tampa. I should have known that. You have a weird strong bond with Tampa sports. So, Steven Matz is a new ace for the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, next one, Carlos Santana. Yes, he is still in the league. And yes, he actually is going to be starting for this team.
Yeah, that's going to make that team's roster even older with him and Nolan Arenado in Arizona together.
Yeah.
Carlos Santana's in Arizona.
Excellent. Yep, Carlos Santana, Arizona Diamondback. All right. Kenley Jansen. Had a good year last year with the Angels.
Detroit, right?
He is with Detroit. Look at you, man. Did you look at these before the show here?
I did not study. No, I did not.
No. It's impressive. Yes, Kenley Jansen, the newest Detroit Tiger, joined Justin Verlander. Now that team is old. Yeah. Yes. Craig Kimbrell. I threw this one in because I learned it yesterday. Where's Craig Kimbrell?
Didn't he go to the Dodgers?
No, that's a good guess, though. That's a good guess. It's the other team with seemingly endless amounts of money.
Not the Yankees.
Not the Yankees. The Yankees don't have seemingly endless money. Hal Steinbrenner runs a small mom and pop shop. It's it's Uncle Steve and the New York Mets.
Okay.
A 1 year deal. Could you imagine telling Atlanta Braves fans 15 years ago that Craig Kimbrell would be a New York Met one day on a minor league contract?
Yeah.
It's despicable.
Who knew?
Yep. I just learned it yesterday. That's why I threw it in there. Next one, Jeff McNeil. Speaking of former Mets, he is on a new team.
I don't think I have any idea where Jeff McNeil went, so I'll say Minnesota Twins.
No. Another very cheap organization. Jeff McNeil is currently supposed to be the starting second baseman for can't say Oakland, the Athletics. The soon to be Las Vegas Athletics. Yeah, Jeff McNeil. I think it was a trade. He was traded there this offseason. By the way, after the show, Rodney, I encourage you, go look at that Oakland, can't say Oakland, that A's lineup. Like the top 6 or top 7. That's going to be a good team.
Yeah, they'll battle.
For a year until they trade everyone. Next, Gary Sanchez.
Didn't he go to Milwaukee?
He did. Yeah. So is he going to be backing up William Contreras?
I would guess, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Gary Sanchez is a Milwaukee Brewer. Remember this guy, Alek Manoah, former Blue Jay, was pretty good for a time.
I do, but I don't have any idea where he went. So let me guess. Angels.
Alek Manoah is an Angel.
Is he really?
He is an Angel. Yeah.
I guess that one just complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Alek Manoah, who I don't think pitched in the majors at all last year, is going to be in their rotation. Not just like sign, like he's projected to be their 4 or 5 starter this year.
That's solid. That's a hell of a guess right there too.
That's amazing. I think you secretly knew it, but you didn't realize you knew it, but it just something resonated because he was I think one of the first free agents signed. The Angels were like, we need Manoah.
Good work.
Why sign Zach Gallen when you can get Alek Manoah?
Right.
So, all right, Josh Bell. Josh Bell is where?
Bell went to Minnesota, right?
Josh Bell did go to Minnesota. Yep. Yeah. You're nailing this, man. You're always in baseball mode. Even when you don't think you're in baseball mode, you're always in it.
I
All right.
probably, yeah, I probably would know. I don't know, probably know more of this than like the random NFL guys. I think.
What about Jose Quintana?
Ooh, I don't know about this one. He's been a lot of teams now. He's a
Yeah.
well-traveled guy.
Well traveled. Do you remember when he was considered a significant piece for the Cubs? And they're like, "Hey, we're going to trade Eloy Jimenez." And
Yeah,
who did they trade exactly for Jose Quintana? Was it Eloy and someone else?
it was. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I'm gonna guess San Francisco Giants.
Was Dylan Cease also that? Was that Dylan Cease? So it was Dylan Cease and Eloy Jimenez for Jose Quintana.
Yeah, nice.
No. So I'm sorry. So you guessed the Giants for
Yeah,
Quintana?
yeah.
Very close. It's the same division, but it's the Colorado Rockies.
Oh. Go for
That
ball
ERA
city.
is going. That ERA is going to be in the tens.
Yes, yes. He is gonna have an opening day start of like 12 runs on
Oh,
8 hits,
opening.
6 walks.
I could actually see him being the opening day starter by accident.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's the only guy in the rotation we've heard of.
All right, and then last but not least, Mike Yastrzemski.
Didn't Yaz go to the Braves?
Yes, this is an Atlanta Brave. Yeah. I'll throw in one more. I just thought of this, and I'm sure you saw it today. Former St. Louis Cardinal, the Lizard King, Miles Michaelis, just got picked up.
Oh, yeah. He went to the Walgreens.
To the Walgreens. Yeah.
The Nats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lizard King. He's going to shut the Cardinals out this year. He's going to do it.
Oh, by God, without a doubt.
I wonder when do the Nats come to St. Louis so I can go give him his standing ovation.
Okay, best fans. I want you to speak on behalf of the best fans in baseball. Will Miles Michaelis get a standing ovation if he pitches at Busch Stadium this year?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
That's so pathetic. That's so pathetic.
So the Cardinals go to Washington April 6th, 7th, and 8th. So early on, they can see the Lizard King early in Washington. And then the big return that everybody is waiting for is set for, I don't even know. Do they oh, here we go. September 18th, 19th, and 20th. As both the Cardinals and Nationals are in a pennant race. 18th, 19th, and 20th of September. He's going to throw 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks.
I'm looking at the Nationals depth chart on Fangraphs right now, and they put him as their number 1 starter.
That's not
it's
great.
Miles Michaelis, Cade Cavalli, Brad Lord, Josiah Gray, Foster Griffin.
That's not very good.
Ooh, that's deeply upsetting. That's deeply upsetting. It's gross. All right, let's get to best bets for betting. Reminder that I went 5-0 for the Super Bowl. Rodney went 2-3. So I have a sizable 5-game advantage going into college basketball season. I'm feeling really good about the picks, and I'll let you lead us off here, Rodney. Where do you want to start?
Tomorrow night, Badgers over Spartans. That's the Friday night game in the Big Ten. Both these teams coming off wins over Illinois. Both of them beat the Illini in their last game. Wisconsin won in Champaign. Illinois lost to Michigan State in East Lansing. I will take the Badgers in Madison to win this one at home. Plus 1.5. Basically take them straight up, but I'll do the 1.5 in case it's a 1-point game. I'll take the Badgers.
Wake up bright and early tomorrow morning. It is Olympic hockey, Sweden against Finland. So this is probably one of the better group play matchups that you're going to find. Sweden is a favorite here. They beat the brakes off Italy 5-2, despite the Italian goalie having also Ducks prospect, I might add, having a really, really, it could have been a lot worse. But Finland was upset 4-1 to Slovakia on Wednesday. So maybe this Finnish team ain't all that good. Finland, or Sweden, I should say, is still probably the odds-on favorite for the bronze medal. So Sweden's a much better team. So I'm going to take a -1.5 early tomorrow morning. It's a 5:10 a.m. puck drop Central Time. I know you're going to be up for it. You're going to watch Italy and Slovakia at the same time, do a little gold zone dual screen. But give me Sweden -1.5.
My second pick is in college basketball tomorrow. It's the Battle of Interstate 55. The Billikens go way up north to take on the Ramblers. Did you know? I know you didn't know this because you only really follow college basketball when the tournament starts.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know the Loyola Ramblers
suck? They have like 6 wins
in 19.
Yeah, garbage team.
Yeah. Oh, would Sister Jean be upset if she found out what was going on? That's
probably probably why they're losing. They no longer have her literally praying for their souls every single day. Now that she's not there to keep them alive, they're paying all of their debts to hell.
That basketball team killed Sister Jean. In the other side, St. Louis. One of the best teams in the country, to be quite honest with you. Nearly 20-point favorites. I think the Ramblers are pretty much quit on their season. I like the Billikens a lot here. Yeah. Now, the Ramblers come back to St. Louis in March. So 2 games here in about 3 weeks. Two good wins for the Billikens to get. Well, not good wins. 2 wins the Billikens should get. I'll take St. Louis big here.
Yep. I was tempted by that. It's a huge number, but I'm not surprised. So I don't know if you know this, Rodney, but Miami of Ohio is still undefeated. They are
only one left.
24-0 in the MAC. That's good enough to get them all the way up to 23rd in the AP poll. Yeah. They're hosting an Ohio team that's, I think, like 4th in the MAC. Last I checked, they're fine, not elite, but. I'm taking Ohio on the road to cover here. Couple reasons. Number 1, it's a rivalry game. It's always a little bit closer. Number 2, I was looking at Miami of Ohio, and there's a big difference between how they play against other sort of top teams in the MAC versus the teams at the bottom tier. And a couple of those like teams that are a little bit closer to them in the standings, like they've gone overtime, they've won by 3. I just think like a rivalry game like this, it's a big number. Ohio has honestly played it against Miami pretty well the last couple seasons. So I'm going to go with the Bobcats here at +9.5. It's a little risky. And also, again, I've not watched these teams play whatsoever this year, but I'm going with the hunch because that's what you do with best bets for betting.
All right. I'll go to Saturday in the Big Ten. The Bruins compete against the Wolverines. Michigan was down like 15 on the road at Northwestern. Do I think Michigan's good? Yes, I do. Do I think UCLA is good enough to cover in this game? Yes, I do. That's a lot of points for a Big Ten game with a UCLA program that obviously not dominant, but still pretty good. I'll take the Bruins, and if this was football, to basically cover 3 possessions here, I'll take the Bruins +16.5. This does look like a football line too, by the way.
Oh, it does. It absolutely does. All right. I'm going to that Michigan State-Wisconsin game as well. It's a great game tomorrow. Both of these teams are coming off nice solid wins against Illinois, much to our pleasure. So, yeah, like Wisconsin, the last time that these teams played, Michigan State held Wisconsin pretty much check. Like Wisconsin didn't shoot the ball well, and yet the total was still like 151 combined. Now that the game's in Madison, I think that Wisconsin will perform better. They're a team that, unlike what they like used to typically do historically, they push the pace, they shoot the ball well. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game, and even better, I think because it's a spread like 1.5, you could potentially see overtime. That would obviously play to the over here. So I'm going to say over 145.5 for this matchup.
Okay, back to the Big Ten for me. Purdue wins by a possession or more over Iowa in Iowa, but I think the Boilermakers are just better. I think they can go on the road and beat Iowa. So I'll take Purdue -1.5. I think they're going to win the game. So -1.5 is a good bet to make. I'll take the Boilers in that one.
Let me ask you this, Roddy. How do you feel about this game on Saturday? This Kansas Iowa State game. I believe Kansas, who's playing some great basketball right now, as I'm sure you're very aware. I believe Kansas is an underdog in this one. Is that right?
Yeah, like 5.5, and something
Yeah.
to be aware of is Joe Lunardi actually after Kansas beat Arizona actually dropped Kansas 2 spots on his bracketology. I don't know if he's preparing for a loss, preparing for a Kansas loss, then he can pretty much just keep them where they're at. It was weird. Iowa State's not making shots right now, so they are due to get hot.
And I didn't really know what direction to take the spread. Like 5.5 against a team that Kansas that's playing really well is a little too much. But like Kansas hasn't like they haven't won at Iowa State, I think, in 4 years, 5 years. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
So rather than going that route, I decided to go ahead and take the total once again with another over here. Iowa State, as you mentioned, hasn't been making shots. I think they're due. I think that you'll just see a more up-tempo game here. So I'm going to take over 141.5 in Ames.
Okay, last one here. I just think this is too big of a spread. I think Kentucky's played better. Mark Pope's got his guys playing a little bit better. Florida's good. Don't get me wrong. Florida's really good. But to see this game at double digits, kind of like that UCLA-Michigan spread that I had earlier, just seems like too much. I think Florida can win this game, but they could win it by 10, which would allow the Cats to cover. So I'll take Kentucky plus 11.5 on Saturday.
Did you know, Rodney, that a sportsbook like DraftKings has a lot of great fun markets, including the amount of perfect 50s that you can see in a slam dunk contest. It led me down a rabbit hole to look to see how often perfect 50s are actually given. I was looking at the judges for this year, which include Dominic Wilkins, Dwight Howard, Brent Barry, Nate Robinson, and some guy on the internet who I've never heard of. One of those, internet Gen Z. Jonah probably knows him. I don't know. But even though there's no Mac McClung this year, I'm guessing that out of the 12 dunks that we're going to see, I'm banking on 3 of them, just 25%, to razzle and dazzle the judges enough to hand out 10s across the board. Perfect 50. On DraftKings, it is plus 150 to get over 2.5 perfect scores. So I'm gonna put my faith in Carter Bryant's and Jace Richardson, who, by the way, in case I didn't want to put it in best bets for betting, but Jace Richardson is currently the fourth best odds to win the dunk contest. So last out of the crew at plus 500. I'm sorry, but the kid of an actual slam dunk champion who spent his whole life watching his dad and trying to be him and become him, you don't think that guy wants to put on a show on Saturday? Right. So I would take Jace Richardson to win. But I'm going to say that we're going to get at least 3 perfect scores on Saturday in the dunk contest.
Okay. Well, good luck to you as you hold your 5-game lead at 63 and 57 to my 58 and 62.
Yeah. All right. So as you might have noticed on Tuesday, it was our final Mount Rushmore of uniform numbers. We wrapped it up, of course, the best way we could with number 29, because we're very good at planning. So I was like trying to think, what's a good segment that we can do to wrap up the show here? And I was a little bit inspired that we went down a rabbit hole with Rod Carew, and we were just like, hey, man, Rod Carew is pretty good. So this is a little bit workshopping here, but for the time being, there's going to be one athlete, could be any sport, that we're just like, hey, let's remember someone, where we go and we just like look at their numbers, be like, oh, yeah, that guy was pretty good. And the first edition of Let's Remember Someone is, remember Frank Thomas?
Yeah, now 57 years old, Frank Thomas.
Yeah. So Frank Thomas is still, to this day, the only player in Major League Baseball history to have 7 consecutive years of the following numbers. You ready?
I'm ready.
The only player ever who's had 7 consecutive years of a batting average of 300 or better, of 100 or more runs, of 100 or more RBIs, of 20 or more home runs, and 100 or more walks.
That seems good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, his he had a rookie year of 60 games, and then his first full season in 1991 was the first. So literally, it was his first 7 full seasons in baseball, where he had 7 straight years with all of those numbers, which is pretty remarkable. Like, led the league in walks 4 times, had over 46 doubles. Yeah, he didn't strike out more than he walked until his age 33 season in 2001. That was the first time he ever had more strikeouts than walks in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
First ballot Hall of Famer. Yes.
Was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah. First ballot Hall of Famer. And
five-time All-Star, 2-time MVP, back-to-back MVP, right?
Back-to-back MVPs. Yep. In those 7 years. In hindsight, probably should have been an All-Star more than just 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems low.
Like in 1992, for example, when he is second, I guess, full season, you could say, he wasn't an all-star, was not an all-star, despite leading the league in on-base percentage, in walks, in doubles. He had 46 doubles that season. Not an all-star, though, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, those were the days where it was difficult to become an all-star. You didn't have all the extra all-stars. You know, you have 2 first basemen from the American League, maybe. You know, it was, but like, still, you would think he would be a top 2 first baseman.
And then my last Frank Thomas note is that his career high in homers was 43. Pretty good. He had 38 homers in the 1994 season, which, as you know, ended due to strike. So, like, that 1994 season, in only 113 games, he still finished with 38 homers, 106 runs, 101 RBI, 34 doubles. Like, a full season with all that, like, he's probably hitting, I mean, over 50.
Mm-hmm.
And likely looking, well, that was his MVP year too. So that was the second MVP year they gave it to him. But like, that would be one of the best seasons ever. And the fact that he was still able to put up those numbers, he had a 729 slugging percentage in a strike shortened season. So yeah, Frank Thomas, pretty good player, and often overlooked because, like, the White Sox, they didn't like win much while he was there. It was the steroid era, so there were other guys that fans were really looking on, but. Yeah, he was a dude, and a very, very worthy first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and this was the case of good draft pick. I mean, he was the 7th overall pick. It wasn't like he was unknown. Chicago picked him up 7th overall, and that was all she wrote. So he still seems to be fairly active in the world. Like, you see him on commercials and things like that going on. So yeah, that's right. So hopefully he can continue to stay active. But yeah, 57 years old, the big hurt.
Not happy with the White Sox. I don't know if you saw that at the beginning of the month. Yeah. Where, to be fair, like, how are the White Sox going to do a whole Black History Month thing and then just forget about Frank Thomas?
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. Nice one, White Sox. All right, let's get out of here. Reminder that you could follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter for all updates and, links for the show, all that good stuff. This, as you know, was our Thursday night show. It's been a few weeks now, so probably get the idea that we're Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. now. So we'll be back next Tuesday. One final note as well is that the barcode there, the QR code there for Rodney. His Substack still active every single day. Go ahead and scan it. Sign up for a Substack. You get free betting picks straight to your inbox. So go ahead and do that. Are you up on the month, down on the month, sideways?
Right around 500, still hoping to battle back. It's been a slow start.
Yeah, you'll get there. Yeah, you'll get there. All right, well, let's get out of here. He is Rodney Newpel. I am Tim Rooster Van Stratton. Have a good weekend, everyone. It's Valentine's weekend. Are you? Is Carly a big Valentine's person?
Not really. We have all sorts of kid plans this weekend, so we'll be on the road doing various things, but.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to go out to eat or something at some point. But
If you've been married for years and years, and your wife is one of those who's like really looking forward to Valentine's Day, it means that you are not giving her the love she needs for the other 364 days.
there you go. That's
That's
wise words. Wise
Thank
words.
you. Thank you.
But yes,
That's-
enjoy your Valentine's Day as well, and
Thank you.
we'll be back Tuesday.
All right, sounds good, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. This has been another rousing edition of the stupidest sports show on earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpole and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.